Today, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the North Pointe community here in Charlottesville. In this video, I'll give you some boots on the ground visuals of the North Pointe community. I'll also take you through this beautiful Craig Builders models that you can see on the ground here in North Pointe. And then we'll meet Tim Rigney, who is a Craig Builders representative, and I'll grill him with some questions just like he's on a Senate confirmation hearing. And then finally, why do you need a buyer's agent for new construction? I'll share with you a story of what happened to one of my buyer clients. While they were in Texas and the house was being constructed by another local builder, there was a rainstorm that damaged stuff. I'll share with you what happened. All right, let's get to it. Here's a quick drive-through tour of North Pointe so you can get a sense of the community and the fantastic amenities available. Here's the beautiful Craig Builders model on Cliffstone Boulevard. I'll just get out of your way and let you take a look. Enjoy. All right, I am here today with Tim Rigney of Craig Builders up here at North Pointe. And I just want to say, Tim and I have worked before, and he is a builder's rep with another company, and myself as a buyer's agent. And what you need in these situations is good communication, and that's what Tim does. We're all on the same path together. We want the same end result, but you need good working relationships. Anything, Tim, about that?
No, communication is the key. I mean, it's the hardest part of my job is setting good expectations. So we slow down, we have a conversation, and basically throw all the questions at the wall. Let's get them answered, because you don't know what you don't know. That's where you get to lean on the experience of folks like us. We've seen a thing or two.
It's true. It's true. So today, I'm just going to have fun. Just so you know, Tim doesn't know these questions. I'm just going to ask him some questions.
I'm a little nervous.
We're going to see what happens here. So, Tim. Okay. Starting with up here, let's just say just here at North Pointe in particular, what would you say people should expect to be the normal construction time from the day a contract is signed to when folks can actually get their keys and move in?
Oh, good question.
I thought you'd like it.
Yeah, it depends. My favorite answer. It's a great question because I would say it differs builder by builder, and the reason I say it that way is because with Craig, given our custom nature of building homes, the way we like to do it, we don't build many things ahead of time. We usually wait for the buyer, and that way you get the chance to do all the fun parts, right? Make the selections, choose the colors, add the stone, maybe a few extra windows, whatever the case may be, but then you really get the chance to make it your home. So with that means we are starting from scratch. I need time to build it. So typically looking in the 9 to 10 months is a good ballpark for an expectation. And in busy seasons can extend out because we're not going to build more homes in a smaller window of time. We plan our world by the construction time. We build 65 homes a year. That's an intentional stopping point because we can take a little longer, focus on the quality and details, and deliver that home that Charlottesville's come to know from Craig. So if your buyer number is 66, 67, 68, we'll still build you the home. You just have to wait a little longer. Maybe that 9, 10th month window now turns into 11, 12, 13 months out.
Cool. So the moral of the story is don't be buyer number 69. Second question. Tim, so you guys have like a pre-drywall walkthrough process with buyers as well as a final walkthrough, and can they bring a third-party home inspector in?
Yeah. Lots of things. There are lots of steps in the process internally. We want to ensure that we build you that quality home. And so we do, there's many sets of eyeballs doing many quality checks along the way. For a customer, they can be as involved or not as they would like to be.
So is like, let's say during a pre-drywall inspection, is it normal for somebody to bring a home inspector in then?
For sure.
Okay.
I have many folks that do, some that don't. Really, it's up to you guys. We've actually taken the liberty of cultivating a list of home inspectors that's suggestions from real estate agents, suggestions from customers in the past, people we've had good experiences with. By no means are they working for Craig or in our, doing things in our favor, but they are, they've proven to do a good job over the years. Yeah. And honestly, we welcome the extra set of eyeballs. We're not afraid of that.
Cool. All right, next question. Now, starting with, let's say, a base online price or maybe something that was advertised on the MLS. Mm-hmm. Now, this is on a home that's a to-be-built.
Okay.
What would be your guess of a normal range, because everybody does something different, but what's a normal range of upgrades and options that buyers would normally add to bump the pricing up? Just kind of ballparks. Any ideas on that?
Yeah. Another good question.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Great question.
You took your time. I would say builder by builder, that answer is different again. And it's really what makes us unique and where we shine is that our standard level of included features start off at a pretty high level. When we're designing a community, we're all sitting in behind the curtain, if you will. We're in the offices behind the curtain having conversations about what can we all reasonably agree that our buyers would like to see at that price point included. Okay.
So are you saying, here's my question now. Are you saying, Tim, that like, let's just say there's a to be built put out there on the MLS, and there, of course, there's a price attached to it, that price attached to the to be built already has a lot of inclusions already in it and upgrades there that a lot of people would already choose.
Indeed.
So then I have another question. So how often is it that a buyer comes about, they see what's offered at the price offered, and they don't really add much? Does that happen a lot?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly happens. I would say one of, with our custom nature, one of the fun parts is getting in here and doing a few extras and adding a few things here and there. So I see people choosing to spend the upgrade money, but my favorite compliment comes from a customer who doesn't, because they word it something to the effect of, I didn't feel like I needed to spend extra money.
That's cool.
And where that experience can change from place to place. You may see the includes and not be exactly thrilled with those options. And it does. It makes you feel like you have to spend the extra money. With us, you're certainly going to get so many things included at the standard level.
That's awesome. I have a follow-up question.
Sure.
Like the White House press briefing room. Follow-up question. What would you say, Tim, is probably a grouping of the most expensive upgrades? I always say flooring.
It can be, depending on what you pick, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
There are many options included. I think there's 15 different flooring options included at, or let me rephrase. I think there are 15 different floorings that people can pick from at the included level. So there is no upgrade money within that. And of course, we can step into more exotic woods or
Sure.
Things of that nature. But like I said, you're just not going to feel the pressure of the upgrade process.
That's awesome. All right, question number 4. At this time of signing the contract, normally, and I guess this could vary depending on what the situation is, but what kind of upfront cash deposit is required at contract signing?
I want it all.
Tim wants it all.
No, we recognize that is...
I wasn't ready for that answer.
We recognize that that's different for everyone. What we're looking for is, if we're going to be at a price point that's $1 million, we're looking for a little more of a deposit. But we're always flexible, knowing that you may not have that much money just sitting in your checking account. Okay, so if we need to move some money around, we can certainly make the structure make sense. But under $1 million, we're looking for 10 to 20%, depending on the house.
I put him on the spot with that one.
Yeah.
I know I did. That's good. All right, next question, number 5. Selection and upgrades made at a local design studio, and Tim's going to tell us where it is and about it.
Yeah. We've got a great ally there in the name of Lindsay Fleming. She's excellent. She does a great job. She's designed the model home that you're looking at here, among many others that you see photographed on our website. She has a great eye, and she will help you really create your vision. But when you get the chance to go to the design studio, it's located more centrally in town at basically the Rio Road and Berkmar intersection in that office complex. You will have hundreds of things to select from, many of them at the included level. But I always give the advice that if it really grabs your attention and it's something that you're going to see and touch and feel every single day, go ahead and get it. Because that will be something that just makes you truly fall in love with the home every single morning when you walk into the kitchen and see those countertops or those cabinets or light fixtures. And that's really where the joy comes in long term.
That's a good point. That's cool. All right, I got 2 questions left. Okay, now I'm going to ask about basements. So my question, Tim, is, I know that having a basement or not depends on lot, how the lot slopes and that kind of thing. So here in North Pointe specifically, do buyers have the option of doing a basement or not? Are there some lots here that would handle a basement?
Different thought processes exist. with Craig, we are selfishly going to save those flatter parcels to be slab lots.
Makes sense.
We're going to use the topography that Mother Nature provides to allow us to do a walkout basement. And mainly because we can virtually eliminate most concerns about groundwater when it's a walkout via the waterproofing methods and the drainage network we can install at the base of the foundation and the footers.
Yep.
And essentially, if we get all that installed correctly, which, at that point, all we're looking at is, if we get all that installed correctly, then, the laws of gravity are really all that need to apply for it to work. We're not relying on a mechanical pump or battery backups or anything like that as you would with sump pumps and in-ground basements.
So any basement potential here in North Pointe?
Oh, yeah.
The answer is yes. Okay.
We've got plenty of what we like to call Charlottesville flat options for you.
Last question for Tim. Does Craig Builders offer any incentive for using certain lenders?
Yes. What we've done is we made it pretty easy with, we've compiled a list of our preferred lenders. It's 5 very reputable lenders here in town. And let me say, by no means are those 5 the only good lenders in town, but what they represent are people who've consistently done a really good job, not only for us, but for our customers, right? Things were ready on time, smooth, easy process. We closed on time. Good products, good rates, all the things you would expect. But it's also a diverse mix of different lending institutions, right? Some banks, some credit unions, some independent, some broker. And what it allows you to do is really shop between them for the best products that fit you. So as long as you're picking somebody on that list, we'll chip in some closing cost help and make the process pretty seamless.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate this, Tim. Thanks so much. I appreciate your time, and I'm going to take some videos of this beautiful model out here.
Yeah, you should. It's gorgeous.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
So you might be asking, why do I need a buyer's agent for new construction anyway? Well, as nice as Tim is, he's still employed by the builder, and he can't legally represent a buyer's interests. A buyer's agent brings in advocacy and representation. Somebody on your team who has a strong knowledge of the process already. They've walked through the whole process multiple times before and can give you fresh insight as you enter into each new phase of construction. For example, some of my buyer clients ask me, if we do certain upgrades, will they increase our value right away? And the answer is, it depends. Sometimes upgrades will increase actually the value immediately of the house, and then other times it's just a marketability plus. Let me explain. For example, if you added a screen porch addition to a home that just didn't have one to start with, that's an absolute value increase, and any appraiser looking at that house would add increased value immediately to it. On the other hand, if you chose to upgrade your kitchen granite countertops to a higher level of granite or say quartz even, will an appraiser add value for that? Probably not. But it is a marketability feature where if someone would appreciate having a quartz countertop versus a granite countertop. Finally, if you're a long distance purchaser and you're not going to be present during the building process, you need a boots on the ground person here on site representing you, and that's what I do. I have helped separate clients from Texas, Florida, Massachusetts, all 3 that couldn't be here during the building process. But because of my presence here and keeping them updated with photos and videos and keeping them in the loop the whole time, they really felt part of the process from start to finish. Here's what happened to one of my clients from Texas. With the builder that we were using at that point, there was a rainstorm and a windstorm. And it actually came through while the building process was going on, and it damaged and got some of the basement sheetrock on the ceilings and the walls. It got it wet and it was damaged. So what I did was I went out and documented everything, sent it to my clients, and then monitored as the builder did a great job, by the way. They came in and did everything from start to finish. They hired a local company that did mold remediation, the whole 9 yards. It started with getting the moisture levels down with commercial fans. And then they wouldn't start anything until the moisture was brought down to the correct levels. Then they applied the mold remediation product. Then they did HEPA vacuum cleaning. And then they applied a final product that would eliminate mold from coming back in the future. So I was able to document all that for my clients, and the builder did a great job, and they did not restart construction until everything was perfectly done and remediated in that manner. And then they began to put the sheetrock back in that had been pulled out, and the insulation that had been pulled out, and they redid the product. And my clients have a beautiful home today and are very satisfied with it. So I know without a doubt from my Texas clients specifically that they very much appreciated having me on the ground, and keeping them updated like that took a whole lot of fear and stress off the table and just made them feel comfortable with the whole process, even when something happened no one expected. And keeping people in the loop like that, that's what I like to do. So hey folks, thanks for checking out North Pointe with me. I'm happy to get you more information on anything up here you'd like, or even if you just have real estate questions in general. My name is Maury, and I've helped buyer and seller clients all around Charlottesville since 1990. Give me a call, let's chat, and let's get you on a good path right away.